Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. Today's video is going to be my reading wrap up for May. Now, because I've been gone, I haven't been reading as many books as usual, so I only have 3 to talk about, but we will just go ahead and get into it. The first book that I read in May is A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is the second book in the Shadow of the Leviathan series, and I really loved the first one. These are like Sherlock Holmes and Watson twisted fantasy stories, and it's really interesting because the magic systems have like augmented humans, and a lot of the magic is corrupt from the blood of the Leviathans, these magical creatures that they're trying to keep away from their cities. And for this one, it's a treasury officer has disappeared into thin air, abducted from his quarters while the door and windows remained locked from the inside, in a building whose entrances and exits are all under constant guard. And so they're like trying to solve this case, and that's the whole premise of the book. You know, they're all like little mysteries they're trying to solve. I ended up giving this one 3.5 stars. I didn't like this one as much as the first one, but I still really enjoyed the characters and the mystery elements and their adventures and the crimes that are solved. But I just found myself, and maybe it's me, because I feel like in the last few months my interest in books has been lower, so maybe it's me with a lot of these books, but I've just found myself not caring a lot, not getting super invested, and just kind of like blazing through these books. This one I was interested in, but I felt like I had to really focus, and my mind just kind of wasn't in it for a while. But I do still really like these books and the mysteries and the world and everything about that, but I just gave this one 3.5 stars. The next one that I was able to read and finish was A Harvest of Hearts by Andrea Eames. And I was really curious about this because it was compared to Howl's Moving Castle. And I understand why. Like, this story was interesting, but I would prefer it to be more Howl's Moving Castle than it was. I liked the messages and the themes dealt with in this. Essentially, this world, it's like heart magic, and the sorcerers and the sorceresses will steal people's hearts and use their hearts to fuel their dark magic. And this butcher's daughter accidentally gets snagged, which is basically like you're compelled to love and be drawn to one of them. And so she's drawn to the sorcerer, but he actually doesn't know that he did this to her. So I liked the messages and the themes dealt with in this, concerning body image and confidence, as well as other things that were dealt with. But I didn't feel myself getting sucked in like I enjoy with more magical and whimsical stories. This was a little bit kind of like gruesome and scary at times too, not in like a horror kind of way, but almost. And this was more like of a sinister undertone for sure. And I liked the magic and the magical house, but I don't know, something about it didn't wow me, but it was fine. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. I think I expected to like really love this though, and I just thought it was fine. And again, maybe this is my fault. Maybe I haven't been in the mood. I've been kind of in a slump. Maybe that's the reason why, but I did think it was fine. Do with that what you will. And then I finally finished Every Dark Shadow by Sarah Zim. I had been trying to read this for forever. Not any of the author's fault. This is book 1, The Whispers of Dust and Darkness. I really like the premise. I really like the world building and the characters for sure. I think between putting this down a lot and taking like over a year, I think, to read this in pieces, I liked this book, but not as much as I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to kind of fall in love with it. And again, I think that's largely due to the fact that I kept picking this up and putting it down and having different transitions in life and just in and out of the book so many times, out of busyness and just things that were going on, that the story probably wasn't as cohesive in my mind as it should have been, which isn't the book or the author's fault. That's my fault. So I didn't feel myself super invested all the time or understanding where the book was going sometimes. Like I said, I really did like the magic and the world building, and I want to continue the series. The cliffhanger was interesting, so I'm like curious to see what happens. And like the end of the book was interesting, so I'm curious to see what happens. It is interesting with how many like male characters are in this and in her life, and how that's gonna like play out overall in the series, but this is an indie author, and I think you should support them, and I did enjoy the story, and I ended up giving it 3 stars. Those are all of the books that I was able to finish in May. Again, not a lot, but it is what it is. That was May for me. I would love to know what your favorite read of May was, if you were to leave it in a comment down below. But as for now, that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye!